at turn 2 from up on the hill, turn 1 at the bottom underneath that Toyota Sunoco bridge. And as Chris Economaki would say, turn 2 has been calamity corner today. Alex Kennedy goes for a spin at that blind rise. Casey Mears missed turn 1, so he couldn't set up for turn 2. Did a little agricultural racing. Eric Almirola spinning on exit, and Paul Menard, early apex, runs out of racetrack.
Yep. Third for Weatherman, got a car in the wall. Looks like Michael Lira up in turn 4 has brushed the wall. No caution yet. Lira's got fire onto the back end of the race car, and there will be a caution early here in Winchester Speedway. Michael Lira in that Ford, one of the strong young drivers in the series, very much in the top 10 in points, but something wrong with that Ford Performance 58 car. Lira brings that car to a stop between turns 1 and 2. Now that's a composite body. This is new for the ARCA Racing Series this season. Lira wants to get out of that thing quickly. There's not sheet metal back there, so that will be a little different situation. Michael Lira out of the car. Take a look at what happened here as the leaders funnel onto the front stretch. Lira already in the wall up between 3 and 4.
Impact to the outside wall, and as you rode it down the front stretch, something ignited in the rear of the car. There are fuel pumps in the fuel cell itself, perhaps a fuel line happened to catch when that car made contact with the outside.
Oh, we got to rack up in turn 1. Get down.
Trouble. The 9 car of Thomas Prater, the 56 of Rick Howerton, the 55 of Boston. Boston spins the 55 to a stop. Don't think he hit anything. There was a bit of contact with Prater, and then the 56 of Howerton. 56 sustaining some heavy damage
here.
Down into the corner. This is coming through 3 and 4 onto the front side of the racetrack. He's battling with Prater. It's Prater in the 9. Slower traffic on the bottom. Got into him.
Yep. Got in there too hot. Prater had to check up a little bit for that lap traffic and just misjudged the difference of speed going in the
Justin
corner.
Boston in the 55, the 9 of Thomas Prater. This is the 56 onboard look. Howerton getting into the back end of the 9 car driven by Thomas Prater. DK Locke Ford. Howerton up into the wall. Justin Boston coming up on the scene now, thinking he might have room to get by. I better spin this thing out to stop it. Just a little contact with the 9 car. And everybody safely to a stop.
And he knows just the exact pace that he needs to run every lap for these 200 lap runs. Look for Kenny Schrader to be up front before it's done.
Trouble on the backstretch. The 59 of David Levine. That's the other Lira Motorsports entry. He was running 7th. He got up into the wall. That will bring out our 3rd caution flag of the afternoon. Heavy damage there. It looks like a cut down right front tire. Right side of that car badly damaged into the wall. We've got another look at it for you here.
Turn 2 is starting to get tricky and heated up here, Spencer.
Yep, these right fronts. Yeah, look at that. He gets up into the dust, and you get just a little bit too high up into turn 2. It grabs that right front, takes away all your grip, and up into the fence you go.
50 laps are on the board of 200 today here at Winchester Speedway.
Watkins Glen is fast. A lot of speed.
David Gilliland is in the tire wall at turn 10. This will be a full course caution.
Man,
the first one of the day. The 2-time Southwest Tour winner here went in deep into the tire wall.
Yeah, he
running
knows her.
21st.
Knows her into those tires.
Have a look.
Just gets out wide here, and once you get off the track, you're done. And wow, what an incredible. I mean, that's a sudden stop, and look how he knocked all those tires loose. That's huge.
This is where these tire packs really do the job
of
absorbing impact.
And we got Martin Truex Jr. in the tire barrier.
Buried in there.
He has drilled the tire packs.
Yeah, he's skinny.
He was running 19th and said he wasn't given any room. There's Truex coming out of 7. Reagan off the course, kind of in the dirt, and hooks him.
Yeah. You know, there's in other sports there's unavoidable contact and there's avoidable contact. That could have been a little give and take there on either guy's part. I'm not blaming either one of them, but that could have been avoided. Right there.
Darrell, you talked about him in the pre-race, the man that started the season off, the first 15 races, 14 top 10 finishes. It won't happen today.
No.
We'll give you a look riding with Joey Logano as they exited turn 7.
Hold on, clear. Just dirt, keep digging. They got a bit. Check up. Come on. Okay, 55 in the.
To take the impact without bouncing all over the racetrack, as here when John Krebs and Derek Cope go for a flyer And those loose tires scattered just about everywhere, and a lot of hang time for West Coaster Krebs and Daytona 500 winner Cope. Here's the difference in what just happened with those tire packs backed up by Jersey barriers. Very similar situation for David Gilliland at turn 10.
These drivers, a lot of them lose their mind at the end of the
Whoa!
Like right
Reagan
there.
and Edwards, there they go into the wall hard. You were saying?
Yes. I said there will be another caution. Some of them will lose their mind. And in the process, they're probably going to lose their banking on this, Larry. I mean, they're smart. Like, look, you study trends, they study trends. Oh my gosh!
Pull it over.
That's look like maybe busted oil cooler got some oil coming out on the headers. Wow.
Darrell, that was just way more than push comes to shove.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy.
See, Carl Edwards way on the outside, but by himself. Now he's got to fight for some room.
This is the same place that the 78 and the 55 had trouble. This time, though, the 19 of Carl Edwards bounced over those curbs and bounced into David Reagan.
That was a battle for 7th, or battle for 6th, actually.
And because of the odd impact and odd angle, they catch the Jersey barriers before the tire pack right there. Jamie.
Carl Edwards said, I'm
Edwards
fine.
comes across the dirt and gets back on track. The car takes a big bounce into Reagan.
Yep. I think what it did, it hit Reagan right in the right front tire, and it just caused the car to turn dead right into Carl. And that, of course, there's an oil cooler and the radiator and everything up there in the nose. And I'm thinking that when he cranked the thing up and tried to drive it back to the garage, he got a little oil on the headers and she caught on fire. As soon as he cuts the motor off, most likely the fire would go out.
So we've got some fluid to clean up from David Reagan's car, in addition to the Jersey blocks, Jersey barriers that you're familiar with from highway construction across the country. Part throttling down through the S's to turn 10 right there.
Whoa! 41. He saved it. Uh-oh.
Casey Mears has lost a wheel and axle broke.
Wow.
A rear axle broke. You see it's still attached at the hub.
Gotta
and
be a caution.
Is out.
I saw him limping down the back straight into turn 10 there. Wasn't sure what the problem was. I thought he had a flat tire, but much worse. There she goes. Wow. Haven't seen that in a long time. But I think, Mike, no kidding, it's hopping those curbs. It's one of the things you worry about is, breaking something in the suspension.
Now that was just coming out of turn 11. And Casey got the car out of harm's way as the wheel and axle bounce into a catch fence.
I'd say this is a caution that everybody's happy to see, probably except Jimmy Johnson, because it gives them one more shot. I mean, just look, that is everything to do with that side of the rear end housing.
That's the brake rotor, the brake, the caliper.
Larry, let me correct. That axle didn't break. You can see the splines on the end of it. The axle's there. It's, as you said, the axle housing, hub, everything is out there. The axle housing looks like it broke.
Exactly, the snout where all of that is fastened into. Yeah, the axle just slides up in the gear, so it just came out with everything else.
And now Matt DiBenedetto and Jeb Burton, oh gosh, got turned around by a track truck.
Holy moly.
I guess when you're trying to get into your pit.
The sweeper's a weeper.